On today's episode of the Piedmont Motion Picture Show, we're going back to filmmaking basics and talking about the three-point lighting technique. And that starts right now. Hey guys, Ryan Camp here with the Piedmont Motion Picture Company. Thank you so much for joining me today. This channel is all about learning and growing as a filmmaker. So be sure to hit that like button and please subscribe if you haven't already, and let's become better filmmakers together. The three-point lighting technique is a standard lighting setup that's used in photography, video, and film. This is a very simple lighting setup, and it's usually the first that budding photographers and video enthusiasts learn. Three-point lighting basically forms the basis of all other lighting techniques. And once you get the hang of setting up your own three-point lighting look, you'll have a much better understanding of how lighting works in film and video applications. So let's take a look at how it all comes together. The three-point lighting technique usually consists of, you guessed it, 3 lights. It makes a lot of sense. These lights are the key light, the fill light, and the backlight. You will need 3 lights to fully realize the potential of this method, but you can still learn the technique and its basic principles with only 1 or 2 lights. Sometimes a situation may even call for you to remove 1 or 2 of the lights to get the best results. The key light is the main light. This will usually be your most powerful light source. How this light looks and its placement will dictate the overall look of the scene. The key light is usually placed to one side or the other of the subject. This creates a look where one side of the subject is well lit and the other side will have a little bit of shadow. The fill light is the secondary light and will usually be placed on the opposite side of the key light. This light will be used to fill in shadows left over from the key light. This light will usually be less powerful than your key light, so it may be moved further away from your subject or have the brightness dimmed down a bit. This light could also be replaced with a reflector or bounce. It's okay for this light to be very subtle, but it all depends on the look you're going for. The backlight is usually placed behind your subject and will hit your subject from the rear, creating a subtle outline or rim around the edges of your subject. This helps your subject to stand out from the background. It also creates eye-catching separation and definition around your subject. If you have any extra lights, they can be used to light objects in your background to add visual interest. You can also use a practical light in the background. A practical light is a light that is actually visible in the scene, usually a lamp or something along those lines. Now let's remove each light from our scene one by one to demonstrate how each light is affecting the scene. First, let's remove the practical or the background lights. Next, we'll remove the backlight. Now the fill. And finally, the key light. Now let's add them back one by one. Practical, backlight, fill, and the key light. Now let's do it in a different order. Key light, fill, backlight, and then your practical. And there you have it. Put together your light kit and just start experimenting with a three-point light setup. It's one of the best ways to learn about lighting. Okay guys, that's your introduction to the three-point lighting setup. Remember to play around and experiment with your setup when you're trying to light your scene. It helps you learn, and there's no right or wrong way to do this. Just do whatever looks best for you in your particular scene. Question of the day: what are your tips or methods for lighting a scene? Let us know in the comments below. I hope you found this video very beneficial, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thanks for coming along on this filmmaking journey with me. I am Ryan, and I will see you on the next Piedmont Motion Picture Show.